Hi, this is Zach May with the weekend edition of the Bulletin Board Heroes here at Zach's Traders Cafe. It is Sunday, the 28th of January. Starting off with the FTSE 100, which pushed through the previously rather difficult resistance area, 75.65 of the 50 and 200-day moving averages, shown in blue and black there. And above that area, we're looking for a push towards the top of the rising trend channel from back in August, as high as 7,800. Obviously, the market's been rather erratic over the past 6 to 8 months, so a bit of a random walk between the 7,400 and 7,800 range. So let's see how this market shapes up. The positive, though, is that the RSI is back above neutral 50 quite well. 56 is a good level and is normally a leading indicator on a push to the upside as well. But looking fair while we're above 75.65. One could say that if the FTSE is looking bright at the end of the week, then the DAX would be even brighter, and I suppose that is the case in the sense that we broke that December resistance line there, shown in red during the week, and made decent progress. The only thing missing is to have an end-of-day close back above 17,000, which was the December resistance zone, and that would then give us a target for the end of next month, 17,900 at the top of that rising trend channel from October. The worst we're expecting on the downside now is 16,500, that broken December resistance line. Moving along to the Dow, where it's all about 38,000 and whether we can hold above that. So far we have, and we had a decent end of the week on that basis. Suggests a bull flag breakout for the last week or so, and that this market could easily head up towards 39,000 plus by the end of next month. In fact, that resistance line there from October as high as 39,700. So a lot to play for here. Initial support 37,600, which is the floor of the channel. Worst case scenario at the moment down to 37,000 or so, which was December and January support. Moving along to Bitcoin, where it's all about, trying to hold on to that 40,000 level. Actually quite a decent end to the week, and decent weekend as well. 50-day moving average just below 43,000, so 42,800. Above that, and we're looking for a retest of this month's resistance towards 49,000 by the end of next month or even sooner. Downside at the moment seen as 39,000, which is the floor of that rising trend channel from back in August, and it's good to see the RSI back above neutral 50 as well for this market. Going on to gold, and here it's been a battle with the 50-day moving average. That's currently rising at 2035. We want to see basically a break of the 2060 area to give us a move towards 2100 early in February. Best case here by the end of next month is 2165, which is the top of that rising trend channel from March last year. If we do break down below the 50-day line, then hoping that the floor of that March channel, 1980, is the worst that we shall see. Moving on to the stocks, and starting off with Argo blockchain, and here obviously quite a pullback after the pullback in Bitcoin, and also after the fundraise the company managed to deliver, but a nice end of week close for this market, bouncing off the old December resistance at 14 pence and closing well above the rising 50-day line at 15.3 pence, above that 50-day line, looking for an initial fill of the second gap down there at 19 pence, and then perhaps up to 27 pence by the end of next month, which was the first January gap down. Moving on to a stock which has high-profile fans, BSF Enterprise, and here we're just about to break, hopefully, the 200-day line there at 11.5 pence. Above that, we're looking for 15 pence by the end of next month, backed by the key reversal to the upside during the week, and also the way that the 50-day line here is rising quite well. On to Corcel, which has had a decent few weeks, and looks as though it's going to try and rebound off the, what was the previous high there, around 0.8. Above that, we were looking for a return to a penny, and then above a penny, looking for the shares to head back to 1.3 pence, one of our old targets there on the stock. But the longer we stay above a penny, the greater the chance of a retest of 1.3, 1.4 pence for that situation. Stock which I covered in my week in small caps today, CT Automotive, looking quite decent, swing to profit, etc., etc., above the 50-day line and the old target there around 70 pence, looking for up to £1 by the end of next month. Cyanconnode has been gently and gingerly improving itself in the recent past. Nice bounce of a rising 50-day line last week, and looking for the shares to head up to the main March resistance line from last year up to 16 pence by the end of next month. Basically the inverted head and shoulders formation there since October. On to Echo, which is one of the rises, big rises at the end of the week, bagged on Friday. Here we've got a broadening triangle base and weekly close above the 50-day moving average, 0.1 pence, and also the old December support. The longer we stay above 0.1, the greater the chance of a move towards 0.26 by the end of next month, by way of a break of that resistance line there at 0.14. But the longer we stay above 0.01 rather, the more confident we are of recovery there. Going on to the Aquis market, which has had obviously not that many winners in the recent past, but one of the best ones has been EDX, and here you can see that we've not only hit our initial target there around 8 pence, but we're looking for 13 pence, which is our second target at the top of that broadening triangle from back in June 2021. So let's see if that plays out as it should. Onto a stock which I haven't looked up for quite a while, which is GreenX Metals. Here we've got the first sign of a break to the upside within a rising trend channel from back in October 2022. Top of that channel there at 72 pence, and we're looking for that as soon as the end of next month, while we remain above the 200-day moving average at 47 pence. So reasonable risk-reward play there after an extended period of sideways consolidation, which is normally a healthy sign. Stock of the week by some margin was Helium 1, and here a couple of points to note, I suppose. The first is the way that the shares managed to blast their way back above the bottom of the gap there at 0.27.5. And the second one is that they managed to head towards the floor of the top of the gap there from last month at 0.072.5, the high on Friday 0.71.5. So we're just going to see whether early tomorrow, i.e. on Monday, we can get a break back above 72.5. If we can get that, then the next target up would be a rather ambitious sounding 1.5 pence at the 50-day line. Otherwise, we might have to head back towards the 0.4 area over the course at least of the early part of the week. So everything hinging on the top of the gap there at 0.72.5, and interesting that we just failed to take that out on Friday. Moving on to a stock which has managed to rehabilitate itself this week with the clean break of the 50-day moving average on Friday. That was there at 3.8 pence. Above that, as you might know from the bulletin board heroes, the initial target there up to the 200-day moving average at 5.3 pence. In fact, we're looking now already for 6.5 pence, which is that April resistance line projection. As the initial target, best case scenario would be up to 9 pence at that red July resistance line projection by the end of next month. Upside value while we hold above resistance on the way down around 4.5 pence should do it. Moving on to one of the best rises called up here, which has been Oriole Resources. Interesting, that hasn't really gained much recognition anywhere else, but that's life. Rising trend channel here from back in April last year. Top of the channel heading for 0.52 now, and we're looking for that while we remain above recent support around 0.35. Next up is Primorus, which is back after an extended period of absence. Here, massive move to the upside on the Autodesk link, and we had one target there at around 3.6, the second one 4.2, and that can be upgraded now to 4.8 pence as an upper parallel of the two resistance lines from last year. So the red line there, 4.8, the target for the shares over the near term, while we're above 3.5 pence. Just going on to the last few. The first one is Revolution Beauty, and here nice end to the week as well, closing above a sharply rising 50-day moving average. So hopefully we'll have some traction on that, looking for 40 pence by the end of next month, or even sooner on this situation while we're above that 50-day line at 31 pence. On to Symphony, which has had a decent turnaround as well, flagged by the sideways shuffle above a rising 50-day moving average. That was during the middle of the month, and we've had more of that over the last week, and then the break higher on Friday. Initial target here, 6.3 pence, basically the 200-day moving average. Above that, we're looking for 11 pence as soon as the end of next month, after a rather extended breakdown for the shares. Serinus looks a little low. It's also back as well, and here you can see a rising trend channel base. Nice candle there to end the week on Friday above the 50-day line at 2 3/4 pence. Above that 50-day line, we're looking for 4 pence as soon as the end of next month. Finishing off with Wildcat, which continues to be rather on the volatile side. Here we've got, we had all our targets previously. The first one is back again, the red line there at 0.31. We're looking for that while we remain above the 50-day moving average of 0.21. Nice hammer candle there on Thursday, giving us some positive vibes. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.